Hey, how we doing? How's things? Check out that one horn that you can see. You can just see them both. Look at the horns. No, they vanished again. Okay, that's weird. But hi, good evening, welcome in. How we doing? How's things? How's your weekend been? How we all doing? All of the things. Okay, I see you. Oh, right, okay. Yone's gone. It's completely vanished. It's gone. It's there. It's bad. Yay. Anyway. Hi. Right, so, sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I don't know why, but I'm just kind of a bit out of it. Probably because the kids have just wound me up in the last 10 minutes as well. Got a sore eye here. That's annoying me. But we'll deal with that later. But yeah, today we are continuing on with more Slay the Princess. I'm just going to stick Dixper on as well, just in case anybody wants to mess with it. But I'm kind of getting myself into the mood for playing Fallout, which is interesting. So, not Fallout 76, not that, but like one of the other Fallouts. I'm thinking about it. It might happen, it might not. Beep, 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 beep. Right. So, I'll go press that. And the Tuesday streams are probably coming back. Not this week, but next week. Tuesday morning streams. Yay! Because I know that I missed them, even if nobody else did. I missed them. So that's that added. Slay the Princess is thinking about loading. Yep, let's load Slay the Princess. Share. That's that synced up. So it should be fine. We'll go to here. And it should be fine here. I'll turn the music off. Boop. Right, so content warning, it is a horror game. Let's not forget that. There is a lot of gruesome kind of things. If you need specific content warnings, you can go to Black Tabby Games to find out more. But yeah, there's gruesomeness in it. There's not some gruesomeness, but it is still a love story at the end of the day. It's weird, but we like it. Yay! So I had said that I had accidentally completed the run that we were doing last week. I was like, oops, didn't mean to do that. So I don't know whether I should like scrub the full save, or if we just keep going with what we've got and just work it from there. So I think we'll just continue. We'll just continue for the moment.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
A princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right, the end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Vive la Revolution. Certainly continue his cabin or turn around and leave. So let's go for the reward one. I think I've...
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Right. Can you tell me what my prize is for doing a good job?
It's a secret but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Do we believe him? Right, okay, silently continue.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Before we go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him.
Well,
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do we even know what we're talking about? Proceed. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Right, so take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter. Stabby, stabby. Stabby,
The
stabby.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
That's a good start.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Is it?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Yeah.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I don't remember where I left it last time. Let's auto skip. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's
Right.
so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Yes.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe. So we got no. What? No way. Why would you even think of that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. Haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk or steal your nerves and step forward. Sure.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
We can talk things out. Honest.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare.
I'm not going to drop the blades.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you
Tighten grip.
scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm
I don't know.
probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Okay.
So, you should just
Oh,
drop
excuse me.
it. Best not to risk finding out what
Excuse
I
me.
can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
And what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? Sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Or drop the blade. What if she
Go
kills
into
us?
this expecting to die. You're going to die.
True.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
No. No.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Slay.
You charge the princess, blade
Oh.
trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
I haven't had this one before.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do?
Oh, excuse me.
Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Disappointment.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid it is.
Oopsie.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Get used to that line. Oh, it's the tower. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
Right, here's there. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from.
We're
What
not
does it
keeping
matter
secrets.
what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to
excuse
be
me.
much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Let's proceed to cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Mm-hmm.
She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Such a prophet, doom.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
Maybe, but
So
still.
please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If
Proceed.
that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
No, he doesn't.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel we don't feel small?
We are small. Take blade.
You take the blade.
Enter basement. We're just ignoring the mirrors.
The door to the base. This is but still a stone basement. If her booming voice.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You
Witness.
weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It wants to go down. Is my audio still working properly? Yeah, it is. It's fine.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says.
It is working
He's not
fine.
the one making the decisions. So if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
What does he want?
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Tell me a story. Why?
Capsters!
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
We're just going to do what she tells us.
We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She is so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
No, we're not going to snap ourselves out of it.
Kneel.
No.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Surely it won't go too wrong too fast this time.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
No ideas, okay. I won't tell you you're supposed to end the world or remain silent. What do we pick? What do we pick? What do we pick?
You will.
Just do it already. It will feel so much better to do as she says. You weak-willed buffoon.
Is
Well,
that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten.
okay, good for you. Good for her.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Do we think? Ooh, let's just do it. Let's just go for the
Your will
command.
was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yeah,
All you need to do now is break my chains.
but you can do that yourself. Pretty sure she can probably break her chains herself.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me.
Yeah?
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now.
I never noticed the
An
hands
echo.
before.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
She found us.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Okay. Much screaming.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Okay. Break your chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Take your hand. Oh. Tower says no. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
We've been here
It feels
before.
So bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
I think that's a bit of a fib.
A mercy.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into a reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leaves, but you need to see what's in it. We're withered. We're withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Okay.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't it make you worse? Excuse me. What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? What do you want me to bring next time? How many more vessels do I need to bring? I'm ready to go back. How many more?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay, that doesn't help. What do we think of this one?
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for an overwhelming heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Okay. What do you want me to bring back?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers,
No wrong answers.
and every perspective illuminates my shadows
Okay.
and tells me new secrets.
Still going to kill you after
If
this.
that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
How is it?
It changes me, but it
That it
doesn't
hurts
make
each
me
other.
worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. Not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another. It doesn't on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate you. I hate it. I think I hate you. Let's go with that one.
It
It's all
does seem
distance.
small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
It's not that special. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Right, so we're ready to go
I
back.
will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Every time I get a fright with that. Every single time. There's absolutely no need for me to be getting a fright bit. But I get a fright bit. The hero and the princess. Right, 2 seconds.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Sorry, wanted some chocolate.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world. Okay. Alright, what we're going to do is we're just going to go and
Make your
outright
way
kill
up
her.
the short a warning. She will laugh. We're not going to go through. Ignore him. He does.
So we're just going to follow the guy's instructions. Do exactly what he tells us to do.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely the blade.
Take blade.
You take the blade.
And investment. Basement? Basement? Basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice.
Yeah.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it.
And we continue downstairs.
You're still listening to reason.
We're just...
She's so. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me?
You step forward. Your grip.
Oh, no talk. I'm probably
No
trapped in
talking.
space. So, you
She's unarmed.
Slay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down.
Oh, this is it, isn't it?
This is it.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder,
It's the face change here.
do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Yep.
But is it over? Really?
Of course not.
It's over. We should make sure. I really don't think you... And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from it. You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oops.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall,
I should have
she
just
falls
ran
with
away.
you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a... See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Took her
Everything
down.
goes
Hooray.
dark, and you die.
We died. Oh dear. The razor. Oh, not the razor again.
You're on a path. You're here to slay him.
Ah,
Again? If he doesn't remember, this whole thing stabbed to death. Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's
She is the weapon.
a war she will love. It couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time.
Many
We know to
voices.
be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched
Excuse
on
me?
its edge. The blade is your implement.
We need it. Okay. Approach mirror. We're going to start seeing the
Walk
mirrors
up to
now.
the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Right, mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Do we?
But there was a mirror a second ago. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Right. Take blade.
You take the blood. Feels a bit better to have a weapon.
Let's make it hurt for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something.
She's
I
got
told
something.
you.
She's got
That sound
something.
could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor, her grating voice.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Just a little bit.
She thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Mm-hmm.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we?
No.
She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our... If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Right. If you come close to me, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both need to let bygones be bygones. After what happened after you died last time? Or what if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time from coming back. After coming back from being stabbed in the heart. Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out? Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to free you. You better not try anything. Yeah, I'm not trusting this bye. Screw it, slay the princess. I'm going to turn around and leave.
It's boring if you leave.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Yes,
How
we did
silly
say she
story
did.
of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Yeah.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least she looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm.
Yep.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense. She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yep. The arms race.
You're on a path that is... No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Not
The
as...
circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Yeah, but for whom? Someone or something is out there pulling the strings and we're all just puppets until we can figure out how to see them. But what if that someone is us, eh? Eh? Wouldn't that be neat?
Wouldn't that be neat indeed? Indeed.
If we were the ones pulling the strings, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have died twice already.
Maybe we would have. Maybe we would have. And what would you do then?
Great,
What
so
would you do
obviously
then?
you've already been here. How many times?
No, a few.
This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. It's
Too
only
much
too much
responsibility.
responsibility if these worlds are real. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade We take it. Okay, sure.
I wasn't
You
gonna
the blade
take
before
it, but
letting me
okay.
finish telling you it's there. It would be
Okay.
difficult to slay the princess.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
They're saying sharp.
Winning is
Ha
the
ha
main
ha.
move. It isn't. I don't care whether you trust me or not, but at least trust that defeating the person who has apparently killed you twice already is a good idea. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
Behind the mirror.
There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. We can see our reality just fine. Why should we trust his?
Good
I can
question.
feel the air coming up from
Good
behind
question.
it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Approach mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
An
It feels
illusion.
like it's
Just an
hiding something
illusion.
from us. It's part of the big picture. I just know it. That's why it's being kept from us. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I think I'm going to have to put my specs on. Makes me a bit sad.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
So there's going to be no escape from that.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
There we go. Let's adjust. Yeah. Do we like the horns? My wee headset boss horns.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Okay.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's toying with us. She's acting like she already knows she's won.
But she has.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find
That
a
we
way
know
to
of.
once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your
But he said-
internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Oh, do I do it again? Right, fighting our appeal to our authority. Puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. We're going to unconditionally surrender. We're going to flirt with her. We did that before. We gave her the look. It worked for about a split second. We're going to fight her. We're going to have a stiff upper lip about it, which can't hurt us if we don't feel ourselves. If we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. So that's just stabbing ourselves. All of these ideas suck. Think of something better. Let's appeal to our authority.
Talk, and we shouldn't be either.
Exactly. She wants us dead, you know.
We're going to try anyway.
Exactly. I think she established that at some point between stabbing us to death and directly telling us just now that she was going to kill us.
You were the one who asked for ideas.
Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
We'll see. Big fan of winners, and you've got winner written all over you. How about we stop fighting and team up? I'll even let you be in charge. Both of us are stuck here against our will. What if we joined forces? Has anyone ever told you how good you are at stabbing things? Let's go with that one.
Nope. But I don't need anyone to tell me that. I know I'm good at what I do. The best, I think.
The princess pauses for a moment to further ponder your ill-placed compliment.
Are we going to get a blush?
Hey, what gives? Are you trying to get on my good side? You're not bored of me stabbing you, are you?
Yes. Right, so yes, I am trying to get in good side. Did it work? Yes, I am bored of you stabbing me. Can you stop stabbing me now? Or, me fluffing you up. Just stay in
And
facts.
they're good
Just
facts. Great facts. And for what it's worth, you're already on my good side.
So stop stabbing me
That
then.
doesn't mean I'm going to not stab you. I'm having fun. Why would I stop?
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce.
I hate this. Every choice we make is wrong.
But before you can finish another thought, the princess closes the distance and dodge now. Fails to hit you.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
I don't like the way she said that. You dodge and dodge and parry in an endless repeating pattern. But you can only keep it up so long before making a mistake.
I feel like it's going to go horrible in a sec.
Just long enough. She skewers you. Ow.
Yep.
Wow. She is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if anything, this makes me want her to like us even more. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. How long have we been dead? Have we been dead the whole time?
Stop saying
I don't know.
dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
This is
No
for...
wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I very much doubt it.
As long as we keep moving, it's going to get so loud in here. How are we going to keep it all straight? Flawless idea, if you ask me. Such a go-getter attitude.
Okay.
Come on, show me something new.
Fighting her, I'm going to unconditionally surrender. I'm going to try flirting with her. Let her stab us. Surrender. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
What's the point? It's all the same. She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her hard. She skewers you.
Hit her harder. Doesn't work.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
Didn't work.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Does it?
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Voice of the smitten.
It's you.
You're cute.
It doesn't
Aw.
matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
You're cute.
Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
Was it?
None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time.
One last time.
One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body. That won't be very
I did
hard.
throw it out the window before. I don't think I'll do it this time.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really. How about we stop
Same.
thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only
Manifest
thing
everything.
we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
That's what she thinks.
Narrator,
He thinks.
we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Okay.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win.
Fair.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good.
That is
even.
okay with me.
I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Not really, but okay.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now. Are
you gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
We want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
We don't want to hear it being described though.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then she becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart
It's like my
beats
least favourite one that
furiously in its
I've found so
ancient
far.
chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window?
We could certainly try.
Painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. All right, what just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too. Let's get rid of them
Something
both.
feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act and get through that inaction of your body. Try that again. You do not act and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and the flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. I've had this one like a couple of times now. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've unravelled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. Proceed. You're at the cabin. Approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Okay. Do you think there are people out
It
there?
doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only thing that would interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? What do you think that we're real? Have you thoughts on this? Do you have thoughts on this vessel? Do you know what's going to happen when you send me back? In which you did? Any more vessels? I'm ready to go back. Right, so we'll just go. We're just going to go through them all. We'll just go through them all.
Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart.
Piercing heart.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Fair. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are right, some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
That's one more. How many more? One more.
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? You know we're going to fight when this is over. Do you really want me to bring the last vessel? If this is the last stage before your completion, I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. I'm ready to go back, attack the entity, or destroy body. Sure, let's choose that.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
That's true. We realised that if we tried waiting and then we say we're just going to wait for eternity, the game cuts out and then you have to go back into it, and she's like, yeah, you waited. It didn't work for you. Go wait.
I will see you when you return.
Right, so this is what's about to happen.
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
And then it cuts out. See? It just cuts out. I have to find it again. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I can't believe that it does that. Right, so let me go back in it. I mean, it's kind of cool that it does that. Freaked me out the first time. I thought the game had actually crashed on me, but then I realised no, wait, it's actually part of the game. It's fine. It's fine. When it decides to load back up. Come on, game. I've pressed for you to load. Yoo-hoo. Why you no worky game? Oh, there we go. See? Mere moments. Right.
We
Do you
may
really want me
fight,
to?
And we may not. But not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you.
Is there anything you'd like me
These
to bring?
gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Okay, we're ready to go back.
Next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
And I got a fright again, even though I knew. Chapter 1, You Know and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Right, so... End of the world, what are you talking
the
about?
end of everything.
No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. If you don't tell
She's
me...
not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
Right, so what happens if she does get
The
out?
more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Well... Do you have any
Look,
evidence?
you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason that... Oh, wait a minute, that's all stuff that we've done. Right, so we'll just go up. We'll just go. We'll just go.
You make your way up the short path, a warning, before you...
Proceed. Excuse me.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note...
Take the lid.
You take the blade from...
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks up. Her voice
done this bit.
carries up the stair.
Who's there?
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Am I listening to reason though?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with...
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
That's good.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided
How
yet.
about you drop the knife, and the two of us...
Look how reasonable she's being. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what...
Yeah, we're gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
It's fine, we're good.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
We'll be fine.
We'll be
Don't know what you're
fine.
hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
We'll see. We might not.
So here we are.
We might not need it.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out of
You
here?
can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Maybe.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that.
I have my reasons. Do you think I'd just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Or I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe. I'll go with that. I'm not sure what to believe.
Me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
True. Do you know why I'm
Do
here to kill you?
you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an
So, you're
entirely
not
different
really
matter.
sure? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
How long have you been here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail.
What's your name?
She hesitates before...
You can address me.
Again, she offers no specifics.
She just wants
no
highness
matter how
or
hard
her
you
majesty.
try.
Okay, talk's enough.
Oh, have you
You know.
Give her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good couple. Leaving her alive is too risky.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You
Probably.
have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll
No
have to
one's here.
take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has...
You're making a mistake.
Probably.
You turn your back to the princess, and
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
slip
She
these
seems so
chains.
angry.
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Nope,
It'll be
sticking
the
to the
death
plan.
of all of us, but fine.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, we can make this work.
The door opens inwards, so she can just open it at any
You
point.
settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
From the other
I know
side.
you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't
Okay.
know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
Threaten me all you want, all it does is ease my guilty conscience, so it was all just an act. You're not really innocent or harmless, you're not even a princess, you're a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Nice.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps
Would
closer,
prefer if you didn't.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little greener.
Oh, that's right. What's happened there? Okay, we'll put it back to that.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end. Don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
But it's not.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
To the nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods.
Don't really
You
leave.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
So we can't go back. Yeah, she's gonna kill me again.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best.
Let's
Those are
assume
two
we're telling the
very
truth.
different.
Right, so let's talk
Just
about
be
this
quick
princess.
about it.
She's been around her in the end, shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? To quote you from the last time round, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Who locked her in the basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place. Like I said,
Right.
if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
People locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Am I though?
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us?
I don't know,
Indeed.
I kinda like being special.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here.
Oh, okay. That's a yawn.
I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is.
Just fix that.
And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave. She is
Oh, excuse
just a
me.
princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
You're being
I've
cagey,
told
what
you
aren't you telling
everything
me?
you need to know. Going into more detail will just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us
Okay.
to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but
Oh.
you're just going to have to take me at my word. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. You see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed.
A warning before you go. She will lie.
I don't
Yeah.
think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time.
She was very
Or at
direct
least
last time.
she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Oh, excuse me.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed. Don't trust anyone.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless.
Ghosties
The
in
only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side, and the blade is your... Hold on. It's just an empty... She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Excuse me. Different cabin.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Not this time, anyway.
So focus up. A lot.
Approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Very, but we don't
Did
care.
he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
That's a good point.
You reach down and pick the blade. Good. Is it
Still
gonna be
can't
enough,
lie.
though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
How do bombs even exist?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yes. I'm going to go in anyway.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes.
Lots of little
You never
eyes.
mentioned the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we
Are we?
need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Step off onto the void between the stairs. Nope.
You attempt to
Okay.
step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Curiosity.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten.
True.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement.
I don't give too much thought if it was you, it doesn't really matter anyway, because either way you go, I'm going to find you. Let's go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh,
I
just find us straight
told
away.
you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
It is very creepy. How are you doing?
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to
And
coagulate.
it also
It's as if every part
hurts
of your being
sometimes.
is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
You can just keep hearing the voice of paranoid voice in the background.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more, as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Nerves,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
she isn't attacking us. Why? The why
Because?
doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight
But
of your
how's
mission.
Rebel anyway? How are you doing today?
Your weapon is
How is
still
our
in
little
your
Hime?
hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
I thought it's still coming up as Rebel Hime. It's like, why is it coming up as that anyway? Why is it still coming up as that instead of Ferbs? That's weird. That's weird. Ill and really tired. Right, okay. Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you helped me last time? I'm sitting here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down thing? How about just to kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you to leave. I'm not going to try and kill you. So do your worst. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare.
You're serious?
Doing that.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
We're not a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
Didn't like that. That's the first time I got that one.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind.
Oh, that's going to give proper heebie-jeebies.
Death, birth again,
decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
Oh, excuse me.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A
No.
lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years.
I
and
know.
then
I
it's
was
gone.
literally just saying this to the husband earlier on. I was like, I don't know what to do with it. It's not been this long for a while. It's not been this long for ages, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I get it? Do I chop it again, or do I just let it grow, keep growing, or what? But when I tie it back, it's starting to hurt my head. When I tie it back, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, it's all in the room in itself.
Let me out.
A reprieve, a good life, love, children, a steady career.
This is a different ending from
recognition
before.
from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
This is such a delightful game sometimes.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse,
Excuse me.
lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
I don't know what I've done.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
He doesn't respond. Oh, great.
I think I broke you.
You
I'll
broke
see
his.
you
Great.
soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Oh, this is new. This is actually new. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the...
Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
This is different.
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Yes.
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
Yep.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
No.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
So many times.
We can't be unfeeling.
So many
When there's
times.
so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
True.
We love her, so we have to set her free.
Where did you appear from?
Can we
This
love
voice of the smitten
hates us?
wasn't there before.
Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
See, be fair. Right, see the voice of the smitten. See if the husband had an internal voice like that as well, like talking to him about me. I wouldn't complain. He's just sitting over there, like with his headphones in, he hasn't got a clue.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
True.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Many. I think they're all wrong. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. Proceed to the cabin. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
Don't.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
Nah.
No. Nothing ever works.
Apparently I sound like the broken already. Oh, it's so annoying me. I don't know why.
Boo! You're the worst one. He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
Nothing.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them.
I don't know if I want the coldness to be.
He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another.
That's
hardly
true.
Even a concern.
We have all got each other killed.
As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it. I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
There is no air of dignity about
My
us.
point exactly.
Okay, if I get proceed.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually,
It's
you do
just
make
a
it to
mirror.
the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
With a mirror.
No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies.
He does always lie.
And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's
See
best
if it
not to be
appears.
distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just
Yes.
walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
I don't want to give up. It's approach mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
I'd like to smash to
She's
pieces.
on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
Is
It's
it?
the only way we can have our thoughts back.
You've all got your thoughts,
Just go
Camden.
around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Do, 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 do. Proceed.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
You don't need to be specific.
There's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
Okay.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor. A hint of its shining edge teased the blade is your implement. Take it.
It's the only way forward. Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade.
You
It wouldn't
reach
let me
out to
pick the
take
other
blade,
ones.
But as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You
Okay.
lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep.
Is it staring back at me?
Deep in the bowels of the earth.
Yes, it is staring back at
You
me.
see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread.
I hate it.
It's her.
I hate it.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
I'm not a
Every
coward.
word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take me away. And let me out. It'll be so much fun. You
This
and me,
noise is
together,
not
exploring
nice.
the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
What does that
Do
mean?
something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Just an object tool, your ones for something else. Why can I not pick any of them? It's the only one that I
Extend
can
your hand
pick.
to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Not much, because you're just about to be
I
taken.
didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
And that's her going to get taken. There we go. So that was the last one that I needed for this run through. So this time we go to the long, quiet, and something else happens. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
Almost.
That mirror's back.
What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they?
Not
Doesn't
that-
seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Approach mirror. Step forward. Step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain
Something
unresolved.
tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready.
It feels okay. The fear's gone.
I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
It's such a delight, that one.
I'm ready for the truth.
I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze into a reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Oh, it's that. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you
I
me?
think you know what I am.
Crack slides down the centre of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you part of me or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same thing all along? Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Or destroy the mirror. I'm just going to destroy it. You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally up to you to wake up. It's finally time for you to wake up that all of this is you. It's me. It's me. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Right. You already know what you did. I've done it. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring a moment of clarity to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. So this is the bit that I'd accidentally done before, but it's a different, because it's a different run through, there might be different kind of scenarios. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go properly.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Right, so I have gone away with her. I think I've killed her. Right, so there's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I'd let you out, an entire world end for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I told you what would happen when we reach this point. Slay the princess, or just slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. Right. I don't entirely want to do this, but we're going to do this. Just going to slay her.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save him, then so be it.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart.
I don't like
There's
it.
almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I'm so lost. Oh god, so much. Right, address this vessel's statement directly, appeal to your shared humanity, reject her authority, argue your independence, reject her perspective, or remain silent. I won't engage with violence. You started the fight, Jesus. Right, so... Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. I wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. If this is what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear the solitude. We'll go with that.
Your certainty is an illusion of passion and reflex. You won't know what solitude truly is unless you sentence yourself to it forever.
This torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles.
That bit.
You were a body. You were gory ribbons. You were a body again. And you
Yes, I do.
On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Is that what she thinks? I did rise. Ooh. I did rise far above you, and I am far above you still. I will destroy you now as I destroyed you then. Do you what? Yeah.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you. You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by
So that's the tower getting us in.
restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
Did I? I didn't mean to.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Right. Okay, so we can address the vessel statement directly, we can appeal to their shared humanity again, reject authority, argue about independence, reject the perspective, or we can stop the fight early and surrender. Right, so address the statement. I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have destroyed you if I knew what you were. You were consumed by your own ego. Submitting was a mistake.
You knew what I was then, just as you know what I am now. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen?
No.
What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one,
Oh, it's the damsel.
then was one again.
I was like, what's that one? It's the damsel. You didn't see me playing that one.
The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, and then you left. What once was one, then was two. But it could be one again.
Could be one again.
You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
When your spirit possessed my body, I excised you from my heart. And when you tried to take me with you, I left you to languish. There is nothing you can do to me that lasts. We'll go with that one.
Death is a fantasy. Only those who lack perspective see it as anything other than transformation. You cannot destroy me.
I can try. Sorry, that's late.
I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. Preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze.
Set it
I
on
kill
blaze.
you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I killed you without a second thought, and when you returned to set us both ablaze, I remained with while you burned away.
You
With
have
that.
never truly seen me gone. You cannot fathom a world without me.
Well, I'm sure I can. As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion?
Could be the delusion.
Are you so desperate to destroy me that you've grown blind to the
Excuse me.
heavenly beauty of our reality?
Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
We can leave the prison together. It's easy to believe in the things. Right, okay. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but what do we do? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. And that's Slayer. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry, Slay the Princess. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist, Slay the Princess. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Do I stick with Slay? We're just going to stick with Slayer. I think we're just going to stick with Slayer. Oh, can't let everything die.
Destroy me if you're able, but I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
Don't doubt
You
it.
don't have to face her alone.
Yes, the guys. Which here are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
It's good to
It's good to
see
be
you.
here. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here.
Wait, did I do that before?
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Okay.
Then let's go.
I have no idea.
And
what's
here we
going
are.
on.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you
Get her
need me
surrounded
to
us.
describe things?
What's he really got?
It's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Oh well, what a shame.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there.
Jumbled up with her. Good
Even
riddance.
after you decided to see his plans through, I guess you can like the idea and hate the man.
Right,
Yeah, of course.
let's describe things.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it, and I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're gonna need that blade.
Take the lead.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter the basement. There was a conversation in one of the runs
Stairs.
about which
Do you remember the
way
first
it
time we were
holds.
here?
The
First
blade
time we
was
heard her
better,
voice.
and it changed it with each movement that you were making.
It's almost over, isn't it? That's okay. Let's just talk, the two of us, one more time, before you kill me.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
No, we shouldn't.
You're really going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You don't have to. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But if that's what you want, we might as well talk a bit first. I wouldn't mind a few extra minutes.
Let's sit with her for right. Okay. So we can do chit chat. So we've got, I don't want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? I only wanted to slay you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. I don't think I ever really wanted to slay you, but I don't like what your existence means for the world. What are we going to do? I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are. I'm sorry, or just outright slay. Ah, fuck it.
I'm sorry
gonna say
too. So this is what it feels like to actually die.
Apparently.
I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world would be like without me.
But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it.
I've always loved you.
Don't forget me.
Just killed her. Feel a bit bad. You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended, things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us. No, she's not.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? Doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Let's get going. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. Then you leave the cabin
It's
itself.
quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labour, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonising tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we?
Did we?
We're the house
I feel like
now.
we probably didn't
We
actually
get
do
to
this
make
now.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very nice.
Not at all.
Nope.
Speak
It was
for
not.
yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
That just doesn't sound right.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Yeah, you do.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Here, here, to our vanquished foe.
Oh dear.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
We can do that.
There we go. And we got the achievement, the new and unending dream or something. That's all the people that did make it. Translations. Supporting voices, orchestra, development, once used, all the alpha testers, people that have been very helpful towards making the game. And this, I like this. This is it gives you your very own Spotify playlist depending on how you did in the game, like what kind of movements you've made. So with this one we've got like the Princess, World Eater, the Grey, Shift Mound Movement, Life Taker, Shift Mound Movement, Supplication, Shift Mound Movement, Mutually Assured Destruction, for like each of the different parts of the story that we've done. And then the Long Quiet is for this bit. So yeah, that's quite cool. So then it's all looking at the different bits. And we can return to the main menu. And we've got these memories. So these are the things that I've still to unlock. So that's, you don't need the world for your happy ending. So what could I have done there? Would that have been like actually letting her escape? You've seen the worst sights of the prison the world can offer. You can always choose to walk away empty-handed. Sometimes the only way to break a vicious circle is to put your heart on the line. There are other ways to die to nature than to let it swallow you whole. One might resist the divine, but it's very hard to kill a god. There's no shame in failing. Angels and demons are cut from the same cloth, and it's best not to deny a proud being. Right, so I've still got these two to unlock, which is beginning to stress me a bit. Good ending! Yay! We did it and we saved everybody. That was how she killed us there. That was the stranger one. That was that. Yeah. And then we've got that one, beginnings and endings. So it doesn't tell us how to do the things. Well, I mean it does. Leave with her at the end of everything. Leave with her at the end of everything. Go back to where it all started. You were always a bit of a contrarian, weren't you? So would I save her there? Can we save her? Hang on. Continue? No. I think that was just wishful thinking on my part. But never mind. No, stop pressing continue. New game. New game. Hero and Princess.
You're on a path.
Right, we've done that bit.
I'm talking about the end of every...
Right, so let's do the thing that I was going to do.
You make your way up. A warning. She will... We're not going to ignore him.
Right, so we've already done this bit.
The interior of the blade.
Take blade. Enter princess, basement. Enter the princess.
Her voice carries.
It's not what I meant to see even slightly.
She sat. Don't let it...
Scary. She's scary.
You're still... You walk down the... She's... Focus on the task.
Focus on the task.
There you are.
And we're just going to kill her.
Kill me or something?
We're just going to kill her.
You step forward.
Oh.
And this time we're not
I'm
going to like do the
probably
double
keeping
checking or
this
anything like
basement
that.
For a reason. So, you...
She's unarmed.
Slayer.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking.
Oh,
Stab.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have... Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
No.
It's like she's yes, but it's over. But is it over?
Of course it is.
Yes,
She's dead.
Exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Because we have.
You
We've done a
did
murder.
kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong
done a
with you if you,
murder.
but that day isn't today.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Are we? It's bullshit. Let me
What's
hear.
done is done. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Nah.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Probably not.
Blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. He's right. It's the... Do you hear that? Do you not? There's more for us to do, and don't you dare...
I wouldn't using the blade, you know, kill us, wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. You're right, I didn't like the idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer.
What a relief. I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind.
Yeah.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
So we're just going to end up like one of those weird...
Please, shake yourself out of it. The little
Oh my
voices,
gosh,
please,
excuse me.
fall on deaf ears.
Oy, what time is it at anyway? It's almost 11 o'clock.
Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure
that's nice.
existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy.
Yay! We got the end in. There we go. Just squish through past this as quickly as we can. How's that for a good ending? There we go. Princess World Ender Eternal Bliss. Yeah, you did it. Main menu. New game.
You're on a path in the...
Right, we've done this bit. Right, she's
While I
locked up.
appreciate... Does it?
Kinda bad. Can't someone else do it?
You're the only one who can pull this off.
Okay, fine.
You make your way up. A warning. She will... We're not going to ignore it.
He does know what he's talking about. She keeps saying he doesn't know. He keeps
Interior of the
saying he
cabin
doesn't
is
know what
on
he's
the
talking about.
blade.
Right, so we're going to go without it.
The door to the... Her voice
Hello?
is... Don't let it...
Here to save you.
Really? You're here to rescue me?
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come
Cheating.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Don't even try it. Let's talk about it first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
She doesn't know what her
You
name
can
is.
address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
That's slightly different from before.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Princess. It's like being called Moon. Let's see if I can get them off. It says, like, it's in at the socket. It's like right in the corner. Right, so, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Right. So, is Princess your name? we'll just go with that.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
No. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I found the first person you've seen for a while. What have you been eating or drinking? Right, so I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently going to end the world. What are you going to do for like out here? And then the rest of it is like actual things. Right, so let's go with that one.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Yeah.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I found the first person you've been seeing for a
I don't see
while.
what that
How
has to do
have you
with
been going?
anything.
Well, you would have
This is the
starved.
only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
It
okay,
is.
but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, I'm sitting here to slay you. But I don't think it's actually dangerous, but I wanted to see for sure. I'm still not sure what I believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Right, okay, deflect. What are you going to do if I get you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have the reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, which is why I don't think you're actually really dangerous. So we'll go with that
Sooner
one.
or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
We can try.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Wait. Right. Do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying about, and maybe I can find something
Okay.
else.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else
Okay.
here?
Let me turn at the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Got a point.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our
Oh
way
my
out of
god.
here together.
Excuse me.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save or slay? What do we go for? Go for slay.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay.
I didn't really want to
There's
go
no
that.
going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
No.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
Ooh, we've got the beast.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we
sure
had the
that's the
upper
case.
hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Delightful.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Which isn't much, to be fair.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Run for the stairs and look in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out. Finish the job or give up. I kind of want to give up. Yeah.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
If we're lucky.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
No.
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
And we die. Got the beast.
You're on a path in the wood. I can assure
I
you that you're
died.
not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Maybe.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Let's just proceed. We'll just proceed.
A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Is she? Really? I don't think she is.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Proceed. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine
And a
blade
mirror.
perched on its
We're
edge.
going to kill the mirror. We're going to start attacking the mirrors now.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Indeed. Wipe mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Yeah, there was. Excuse
it's
me.
gone.
Wait, now it's gone. Right, take blade.
You take the
Inner basement. I can open a booster
door
pack.
to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Probably be doing her a favour, so we keep saying. But is it actually a favour? I don't think so.
She growls up the stairs.
Ooh, I'm not really that. I'm really one of them.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever.
Oh, excuse me.
Brush. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be
Straight here.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Is she? Aye?
She's certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm
not
so
terrified.
much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move.
Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right? Move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body.
That was slightly terrifying.
Princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been,
She's a
her
dragon?
chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do we do? What do you want to do? We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have left already? Stop hiding and show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true, or run for the stairs.
You
Yeah.
cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
Stop
If
hiding
you
and show
want to
yourself.
see me, you should get better at seeing.
She
Rude.
knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere. We're on the back foot.
The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Survive.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her
Slightly on
practically
edge, but
unseen.
oh, she's back there again.
And
You're deflecting?
you bear your weakness to the world.
What do you
I
want?
want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her.
Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful.
She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink the giant dragon type
She's
princess.
clearly not.
A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck.
Flee. We can't keep...
Stay alive.
The way he slides, or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You
Yeah.
instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Where's the
She's
stairs?
right there. We have to wait for an opening. That's fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her. Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes.
Don't want to make mistakes.
This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay. We're trying, but we have to. We keep...
You're getting slow.
Ugh.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flat. It's hard to think, but we have to move.
We have to move.
It's too late. Before you get the chance to react at all, she makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed.
Partially?
Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
Lovely.
That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end.
Will it?
You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen.
This is gruesome.
You start to go into shock. The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
And we die. The den.
You're on a path in the That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
True.
Instinct was keeping us alive, until it wasn't. So
True.
what are we supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know
Supposed to
more
be.
than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge.
He's got a point.
It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Okay, what's the plan? The path is different than it was before. I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me? What if we just leave? What happens then?
It doesn't seem like she can escape on her own. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable. That can't... She will. Forget I said anything. Just treat this with...
What's the
She
plan?
spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
Okay.
But she's fast. And she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see. And one that had big, sharp teeth too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job?
Yeah.
Sharp teeth.
What is
Like
going
I
on
said,
here?
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
Right, so path is different than it was before.
This is different.
I'm starting to lose track of things myself. Ground is ground. It doesn't matter. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
Right, let's just proceed. Proceed.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
All
Run
right,
away?
we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself.
And what if she doesn't want to be seen?
We'll figure out a way to make it happen.
And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight?
It will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she...
They've got a point.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump. A pristine blade embedded in its exposed ring. The blade is your implement. You'll need it.
Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us?
Why is it
What are you
following
talking
us?
about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Then either way we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Right, take
Yes,
blades.
take the steel claw.
You pull the blade, odds are we'll need it.
Approach mirror.
You step forward.
Haven't you been paying attention?
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's it. If there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually.
It went away
Eventually.
after we reached out to it last time.
Wipe it
Reach forward
clean.
and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now.
me.
There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as it smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives as you crawl forward,
Saying
and
is
stay
one thing.
quiet. Don't give her a sound. The princess leaves your remark unanswered. See? She knows. We have to be like her. Focused, present, patient.
I suppose it'll take a little more than words to coax her out. Let's keep going.
It's
You put the voices
dragging.
to the back of your mind and proceed down the stairs. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has
Nice
managed to
back,
filter down
dark
the tunnel.
black
Though
space.
you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, Draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
No, we're not. Step in the shadows, try and lure
Step into
her
the
out.
shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadow. Stage 1. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, then snapping, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now. The breaths pained and stuttering.
Got an achievement for that.
You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space.
It's like a female version of us.
She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below. So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she? No. She wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah. Now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. She paws futilely at the air between you, but her shoulders are pinned in the narrow confines of the opening. She has no hope of reaching you.
I feel a bit bad about that one.
And she realizes this. Her arm goes limp, flopping to the dirt floor of the tunnel, and her eyes fall from yours, defeated. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted. I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you.
He did point it out to us.
What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help. Now let's think for a second. Let's reevaluate. Should we help her? Well, I do feel bad looking at her. There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws. We've come this far, but can we trust a creature that until a few short moments ago fully intended to eat us?
It's a very good question.
What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's clearly just waiting for you to drop your guard. And beyond that, you do well to remember that she poses a threat to reality itself.
Does she know?
You already have a weapon, and she's as vulnerable as she's ever going to be. How
She's a bit
about
bad.
you use it?
Drop the blade and approach her.
The princess's eyes go wide as the blade tumbles from your hand. You're going to get yourself killed. What are you doing? We could all just turn around and be done. What's your game? You and I both know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike. Don't flinch. Show her our resolve.
Offer your hand.
You reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. You really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed her?
No.
Yes. She's a victim of her own nature, just like we are. If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she?
No, she's not really hesitating, but...
Yes, she is. Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand. Ugh. Do you think we can pull her out of there? We have to try. It's a bad death being stuck in place.
Yes.
What if it doesn't work? What if we can't trust her?
We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her, and I know you don't trust him. I don't even trust the rest of you. But that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps.
It's a good point. Good points.
But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring?
Yes.
I can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Pull her free. And then die
Tough,
instantly.
But the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her massive form are too large to fit through the narrow tunnel. Keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen.
It's true.
You are all infuriating to work with. But fine, you continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her. That's the spirit. Keep going. Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us. Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess?
Would he have done that to us?
How
He has probably done this.
devious. Does it collapse? Yes, it does. As you pull the princess free, the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart. Trapped. No, we have to get out. We have to get out. It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you? Well, the ceiling collapses. Heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and I don't believe it. Let me guess. Everything goes dark, and we die. No, not yet. You open your eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris.
Oh my god.
There is space enough for you to... I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all. The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands.
She understands.
Well, we can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both. We can always dig. Both of us. It beats suffocating to death down here in the dark. Then let's do it.
Dig through the earth together. Let's do
You
it.
and the princess dig through the loose earth of the collapsed tunnel together. How sweet. But it seems the harder you try
Yes,
to claw
that's
your way
yours.
forward, the denser the path becomes. All of this effort, and for what? A chance to end the world? I hope you fail. His words are nothing. Pay attention to what you feel and see. It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening. And what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe. Harder to breathe is still breathing.
It is
Well,
indeed.
either way, the two of you are miserable. I don't know. I feel like we're forming a bond with her. Can't be all that bad if we're bonding. She's not capable of bonding. Need I remind you that as soon as she saw you, she tried to eat you? You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life. If you were so sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air.
Sorry,
There's
I'm
nothing of
aware
substance
of
to
just
you
how
at all,
quiet I'm being, but
is
this is
there?
one of those games where it's just like just paying attention to everything that's happening.
I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you smell it? Fresh air.
Claw your way to freedom.
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind, the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die, buried and alone.
Has she?
You are unbelievably petty. Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago.
She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her?
No, she isn't. She's... How many times do you have to be wrong before you stop talking? The princess stares down at you from the opening. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth. She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door. If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there?
No. Open the door, Sergeant Wells.
You open the door, the two of you stepping out into the fresh air and collapsing together onto the dewy grass of the outside. We're outside, and there's ground beneath our feet. I don't see any oblivion. Admit it. There never was an end of the world coming, was there?
He does not reply.
Yeah, we got him there, didn't we? Don't think I've ever seen him stunned into silence before.
Can't you feel the hole where he was? He's gone.
He's gone.
Can't see
He's
that.
gone.
I'm not sure gone is good.
The princess rests her head close to you. Her eyes stare into yours amid the untextured threads of a world unravelled. Are we free, they ask. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. But you don't get the opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Where did she go? Should we... Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why...
I know. Approach
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do...
Mirror never
Stick
scared
for
you
it now.
before.
It feels... thing...
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into her reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me. It's you. Just me. Okay, just me. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed. You're at the cabin. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Stuff.
This one is consumed by instinct, a dancer moving to the rhythm of the flesh. She will make for a ravenous heart. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Something greater. That's nice. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
No. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens next?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Got Togepi.
There is no exit,
Togepi.
but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, what is that going to do? And okay, make me forget.
You
What's that going
ask
to do?
of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill
I
you?
have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Right. How many more pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Cool. I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Right, okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Right.
You're on a path.
Ah. Oh, that's all it saves. Save. And we'll go there. We'll go there. There we go. We'll do that one. Right, so memories. I've still got those three. I thought I'd found them. Still not got these two. These two. Those two. Still missing that. Hang on, no wait, I had the beast before. Like the nightmare. Razor. What's the beast? Witch. Stranger. Prisoner. Damsel. Eye of the Needle. This is Dragon. Wraith. Moment of Clarity. Oh, that's, yeah, we just got that one. That was the one we just got. Okay, right, so we shall go back to them at some point. Quite ouch just now. How stupid is this? It just doesn't want to show the horns at all. It annoys me that it doesn't show them. But never mind. Anyway, right, so that was a stream. Let's see who is online at the moment for a raid over on Twitch, because I need to get up tomorrow morning to deal with children, so yay. Right, so we've got Escape for Tarkov, Double Daylight, 7 Days to Die, D&D, Once Human. Yeah, right. We shall... Or is there anyone else playing Slay the Princess? Because it's interesting. Right, so there's me. And there's someone else. Right, so... Okay, yeah, we'll raid over to them. Right, so this person is currently playing, also playing Slay the Princess. So they're at the kind of the narrator part just now that we just done. So read Emocio. Let's see if we can get that up. Right, so let's give Frosty Tales a wee minute to do that. So, for those that are not subscribed, if you copy and paste this one that I have just put up, and if you are subscribed, we have this wee raid alert here. So we've got that wee alert. We're going to raid over to Emosil, who is currently playing Slay the Princess. Thank you everyone for coming along and spending some time with me this evening. I do appreciate it. I'll be back at the weekend again for shenanigans. We've got a couple of different games to play. It's also my birthday weekend next weekend, so I might not be on. I might be, I might not be. We'll see what happens. But yeah. Where's my... That's it. Seal. Right, so... Oh, excuse me. So, as I say, thank you everyone for coming along and spending some time with me. Please stick around for the raid. And I will be back at some point. Catch you there. Bye!